Good morning, everybody. I'm Lauren DiOrio, President and Executive Director of the Community Foundation for Ocala, Marion. So today, I wanted to give you a quick video in regards to our newest grant that's up online. So in response to the COVID-19 outbreak and its effects in Marion County, the hospital district is partnering with the Community Foundation to create a special grant. The goal is to help Marion County nonprofits that serve our most vulnerable community members respond to an increased demand for their services because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So today we're going to discuss the details of the grant and walk you through the process to apply. And I just want to say thank you to the hospital district for their generous contribution to this, this fund for our community needs. I think it's going to be a really great grant. So let's start off with a few important details that you need to know about this grant. First of all, the fund will be a total of $500,000, and it's available with grants ranging anywhere from between $5,000 and $25,000. Applications are available now, and there is a rolling deadline. As applications are reviewed, the turnaround time from acceptance or denial and payment will be within 2 weeks. And we want to just let you know that if you plan to apply for the Small Business Administration's Paycheck Protection Program, the forgivable loans, this Marion County Hospital District Relief Grant should intend to pay for something else other than what the Paycheck Protection Program is paying for. Should you apply for both, the grants to cover the same payroll expenses, and you receive both grants, you will be required to contact the hospital district and the Community Foundation immediately to discuss your options. If you do not know whether or not the payroll protection program loan will work for your organization, please visit our website and watch our video on these free forgivable loans. Visit ocalafoundation.org/COVID-19. So let's move forward. Are you eligible? Let's see if your organization is eligible for these grants. So these grants are open to any entity applying, must be a 501c agency or public agency. We anticipate the majority of these being 501c3s, but these grants are not limited to just C3s. You must be serving vulnerable populations with basic needs like food, shelter, and other essential needs, and your organization must have either an increase in demand for services due to COVID-19 or a significant reduction in funding due to COVID-19. If you meet all three of these criteria, then we want you to apply. So here's an example of an agency that might qualify. So a nonprofit that makes home deliveries of groceries to older, low-income community members is experiencing a huge increase in requests for services because these individuals, of course, are at greater risk for COVID-19, and they're avoiding going to the grocery store. So this agency could apply for grant funds to add delivery routes or buy more food so they can meet the increased demand for their services. We do have some exclusions, though, of areas that grants will not fund, and we want to make that very clear to you. Individuals or for-profit entities are not eligible. Administrative expenses are not covered. Expenses that are covered by Payroll Protection Program forgivable loan or other government grant assistance they're not eligible. And funding that would supplant tax-supported mandated services. These funds are not for annual fundraising campaigns or events, and they're certainly not for event sponsorships. They're also not for endowment funds. They're not for payment of debt or legal settlements. They cannot be used for political or partisan activities. They're not to be used for contracting services. They're not supposed to be used for capital. And any agency that discriminates in employment, volunteer opportunities, or program delivery on the basis of race, religion, gender, national origin, age, disability, veteran status, marital status, sexual orientation, or any other characteristic protected by the law. So today, the requests the applications are available, and you can find them on our website at ocalafoundation.org/MCHD fund, Or you can make a request for those applications by going to emailing submissions@ocalafoundation.org. The application will include a fillable PDF with a list of required additional attachments, as well as an Excel budget worksheet. When you receive the application package, please download the materials to your computer and save them using your organization name as part of a file name like, for example, XYZ nonprofit _ MCHD fund application. So let me walk you through completing the PDF application. You need to provide brief answers to each question. The answer fields only allow a certain number of characters, so please stay within the character limit. But if you absolutely must have extra space for your narrative, you can add an additional sheet to the application. Make sure you sign the authorization and attestation. By signing it, you are agreeing that if you receive a PPP loan or other government assistance, you will notify us immediately and propose a plan to reallocate those funds to other expenses, or you're going to have to reimburse those funds or convert them to a no-interest bridge loan. So here's an example of what I mean by this. The aforementioned agency, let's say they had written salaries for delivery people who deliver groceries into their Marion County Hospital District grant proposal. After they receive a grant from the hospital district, they also receive funding for from the payroll protection program loan to cover salaries. So because both of them are covering salaries, you need to contact the hospital district or the community foundation immediately and propose where the salary portion funds from the hospital district grant is going to be reallocated. And in this case, it could be potentially reallocated to the purchase of additional food for seniors. So just wanted to give you that example to think about for your organization. So now moving forward to the Excel budget template in the file. So first of all, yellow fields should be filled in. Amounts in column B and explanations in column C. Type over the instructions in column C to show your work, how you calculated the figures in column B. There are no lines for admin, endowment, and capital because remember, those are not allowed in this grant. Total request will automatically be calculated based upon the entries that you've placed in those fields. So here are the attachments that you're going to need to gather for this particular grant. We need to see a copy of your IRS determination letter. We need to see your most recent 990, that's your tax return. And we need to see your most recent year-end profit and loss statement and balance sheet, and your most recent current year profit and loss statement and balance sheet. So what that means is, let's say we want to see your most recent year-end. That would be your 2019 year financials. We want to see your profit and loss and balance sheet. But yet we want to see where you are in the current year. So we're going to need to see financials from January of this year until wherever you are at the time of application submission. So please make sure you're submitting those for us to see. We also need to see proof of corporate registration with the state of Florida. And I believe that's all of the attachments. So the next step is email the application, budget worksheet, and all those attachments to submissions@ocalafoundation.org. Once we receive all of those, you're going to receive a confirmation email letting you know that your submission is in. So applications are going to be evaluated based on the following content, and I want to make this clear to you. Number one, does the grant address an immediate urgent need related to COVID-19? Two, does it help the most vulnerable members of our community? Three, does it present a logical and reasonable plan to respond to the need and demonstrate the expertise to carry it out? And lastly, number four, does it are presented by agencies that have deep roots in the community and capacity to provide efficient, effective services, manage the grant funds, and report outcomes? So, Applications will be reviewed, and as they are received, it's a rolling application. And the goal is that we will have response within 2 weeks of submission. So if you need any more information about the grant, please feel free to visit Ocala Foundation website to see more. That's ocalafoundation.org/MCHD fund. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email at submissions@ocalafoundation.org or give us a call at 352-622-5020. So that kind of completes the walkthrough of this grant. And if any of you have any questions, reach out. But we just want you to know that the hospital district and the community foundation is here for you during this time of crisis. And we want to see you guys do great work and help the vulnerable in our community. So good luck, and we can't wait to see some of the submissions. Thank you.